Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Greater Boston League Baseball. The Glasgow Rams taking on Chelsea. Glasgow looking to get over 500. They're 3-3. Looking for 2 in a row. Chelsea looking for their first win of the season. Big blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. Sun is bright, lightening up the field. But as usual, it's cold because there's a breeze. And it's especially cold up here in the press box because we're in total shade. We're not out in that brightness. That's a little bit warmer. Not a lot, but some. We had everything ready for Chelsea. They only had 9 players. They just had 2 players come running in the ballpark. So we had to go down and get their numbers. Rocky Brea on the mound for the Rams. They've already had a winning season. They beat arch rival English. Yeah, they played the game very early. Usually it's a little bit later, but they played them. And obviously with the Mullins tournament, they could wind up playing 3 times, depending on the outcome of the Mullins tournament. It'll be Elijah Rivera will lead it off for Chelsea. And they're having a difficult time, Chelsea. They were supposed to play English here, and they wound up calling and canceling at the last minute. They didn't have enough players. They're going to play a doubleheader later at Chelsea. And they've got instances where players can't go to practice, can't go to games because they have to stay home and take care of their siblings because their parents are working. Tough job for the coach. Elijah Rivera, the center fielder, will lead it off, hitting from the left side. Swing and a miss at the first pitch. Yeah, good size, well over 6 feet. They're missing. They're putting Eli as the catcher. Hit to left field. Over by the line, playing off the line a little bit for a left-handed hitter. Desmond makes the play. Fly to left is the first out. trying to get the numbers of the two players who just showed up and the names. And what they did was they gave me a new roster and they changed some of the players, some of the positions. This is Jean Louise Soto, the shortstop. So Elijah Rivera, they gave us at the center fielder. He's now the catcher. So we'll do the best we can with Chelsea. That one goes to the backstop. And we're going to have first full count. Popped up. First baseman was going to go get it. Armani Gerardo called him off. The second baseman makes the play. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Rocky Brave and the Rams. Brave picked up a strikeout. And Glasgow will bat. In the bottom half of the first, it'll be Armani Gerardo, the second baseman, leading off. Batting second and playing short, Mark Walsh. The pitcher, Rocky Brea, will hit third. In a cleanup spot is Christian Figueroa, the third baseman. Playing first and batting fifth, Calvin Reynolds. The DH, Alfred Ventura, hitting for the right fielder, Elijah Morin, hitting sixth. In the seventh spot, playing left field, Jake Desmond. Catching and batting eighth, Hunter DeSea. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order, playing center field and batting ninth, Yaniel Cabral. As we mentioned, Glasgow 3-3, looking to get in over 500. Looking for two in a row. Darwin Martinez will be on the mound. And we have a left-handed catcher, Elijah Rivera. I thought they had two more players come into the dugout, but I guess they might have been coaches. So Lonnie Gerardo will try to get it started. And we've got a visitor behind home plate. There's a bird that's been walking around. We're trying to give a shot at him. They've been trying to chase him away. They waved at him. They run at him. Look at balls are going by him. And the bird is just, the bird's not going anywhere. He's hanging around and watching the game. He's found a spot he likes. He's going to stay right there. They've chased him. They've thrown balls at him. They've yelled at him. He just says, don't bother me. I'm watching the game. Over the head to the backstop. Gerardo sees ball one go by him. In for a strike. And we get timeout as they're going to bring a new glove out to the pitcher. He was using the third baseman's glove. So third baseman gets his own glove back. Pitcher gets his own glove. And we'll get back to baseball. Being field activity all over the place. I don't know if they got a lacrosse practice, but they get track people running all over the place. A monster crowd over at Manning. In for a strike. That's a major league wild pitch. That almost hit the bird. And he still didn't go anywhere. He's still hanging around. That came within inches of hitting the bird. I don't know what's going to happen if he winds up at home plate. Foul tip held on to by the catcher. Good job. I think the bird's found. Some of the players, they chew the seeds and they spit them out, which drives Rich Avery crazy. And I think he's finding some of them behind home plate. Up and in for a ball to Mark Walsh. Young freshman having a very good year. So far, early year for Classical. High for a ball. It's hard to believe the bird right behind home plate hanging around. We usually have a couple of birds up on the wires, the backstop wires. They sit up there quite a while and fly around, come back. This is just hanging around behind home plate. Missing wide for a ball. In for a strike on the corner. Ball's taking all the way with the count 3-0. Way wide for ball 4. So the first base runner is a walk to Mark Walsh. It'll bring up the pitcher, Roki Breyer, and we'll have pitcher against pitcher here in the bottom of the first. Missing wide for a ball. They throw it down, bounced it to first base. Walsh got back easily. The runner takes off, Good pitch for a strike. In with the stolen base is Walsh. So Classical has a runner in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the first. Down and away for a ball. That one goes to the backstop for ball 4. The runner will go to third. So Bray goes to first. Walsh scoots over to third on the wild pitch. So first and third for the Rams. Christian Figueroa, the third baseman, the hitter. The runner takes off, in for a strike. Figueroa faked a bunch just to help the runner, but he didn't have to. He didn't throw it anyway. So it's second and third with one out. That's a major league wild pitch. It went behind the hitter, Figueroa. The run scores, Walsh. Brea goes to third. Classical jumps on top, 1-0. That had a lot of mustard on it, but Figueroa had to step to his home plate so it didn't hit him. It went behind him to the backstop. In for a strike. Hit foul to the backstop. Solid shot, but he got in front of it and pulled it well foul. So we'll do it again at 3-2. And another wild pitch is going to bring another run home. Two walks, 2 stolen bases. Wild pitch bringing both runners home, and it's 2-0 Classical. High for a ball, and now the count goes full. Three walks in a row. Calvin Reynolds, the first baseman, will be the hitter. Up and away for a ball. He throws hard, Martinez, but he's hasn't yet got control. High for a ball. High again. He started the game off with a strikeout. And he's walked 3 in a row, and now he's behind 3-0 to Reynolds. Throw over easily back was Figueroa. In for a strike. Reynolds started towards first base like he thought it was ball 4. Swing and a miss. Kind of goes full. Boy, Chelsea is the left fielder for a left-hand hitter is. You almost think Ted Williams is up. He is deep in left field. The right fielder is short. Left fielder might have to buy a ticket to get back in the park. The runner takes off. It goes to the backstop. And the runner's going to keep going to third. So Figueroa steals second. Goes to third on another wild pitch. And it's 4 walks in a row. Alfred Ventura hitting for the right fielder. Elijah Morin is the hitter. In for a strike. Not a lot of fans here. Glasgow brought a few. Chelsea brought a couple. On a Monday afternoon. In for a strike again. Quickly 0-2. In for strike 3. Ventura is probably saying, why me? He walked 4 in a row. Bonoso took off from first base, walking, hoping they would try and pick him off or get a run down, get a run. Jake Desmond, the left fielder, is the hitter. Hits it to the mound. They throw it away at first base. The pitcher looked like he was trying to hold the runner at third with 2 outs. Desmond reaches on the error. So it looked like they were out of the inning. First baseman, a good play. Nice play catching it. That almost got thrown down the right field line. That really would have been trouble. High for a ball to Hunter Deshay, the catcher. He's the 8th hitter in the inning. It looked like they were out of it. Pitcher fielded it. Looked to third for some reason with 2 outs. I don't know why. All he had to do was lob the ball to first base. And then he threw a rocket. Everybody going for it, and it drops in. It's going to be a base hit dropping in by everybody. to say we'll get an RBI. Shortstop, third baseman, second baseman. It dropped in between everybody. Desmond hustled over to third. Cabral will be the ninth hitter in the inning. And Chelsea being very gracious guests. In for a strike. They had the last 2 outs easily. Instead, they give another run away. And it's 4-0 Glasgow. And that goes off the catcher's glove. That's going to be another. That's a pass ball. So 8 hitters, 5 of them have scored. One is still at third base with 2 outs. Neil Cabral, the center fielder, the hitter. And now we got the coaches coming out. Looking to check on the second baseman who's down. The trainer from Glasgow's going out to check on him as well. So they checked. Second baseman seems to be okay. He better be. They only have 9 players. So Cabral will step back in. Runner at third, 2 outs. 5 runs in for the Rams. Inning should have been over a while ago. A couple of questionable plays by Chelsea. High and tight for a ball. Armani Gerardo, who started this first inning, is on deck. Chase that pitcher was down and fouled it back. The pitcher's getting awful close to home plate. High for the ball. And that's ball 4. Five walks. Gerardo will be up for the second time. He struck out swinging starting off this inning. So they batted around. In for a strike. I think if you're not the umpire behind the plate, anything close is a strike when you look at what's going on in this first inning. Hit in the air to center field, coming on and making a shaky one-handed catch is Victor Murillo. And they finally get out of the inning, but Glasgow sends 10 to the plate. Gerardo hits twice and makes 2 of the outs. Glasgow puts 5 on the board, and it's 5-0. Glasgow at the end of 1. 4, 5, and 6 for Chelsea as we start the second inning, finally. Glasgow sent 10 to the plate and scored 5 runs with 1 base hit. And that base hit was a pop-up between the third baseman, shortstop, and second baseman. It was an easy play, but nobody caught it. It just bounced between all three of them. And DeSea got a base hit and an RBI. That pitch in the turf. This is Xavier Santiago, the first baseman. Hit right back to the mound. Easy play for Brea. Over to Reynolds. Pitcher takes care of the first out. One up, one down in the second. Jesse Castillo, the second baseman, he's the one they were looking at. Making sure he was okay. I'm so mesmerized by the bird behind home plate that hasn't moved at all. He just sits there and watching the game. In for a strike. They've done everything they could. Maybe he can't fly. He might not be able to fly because they've done everything they could to chase him away. And when they threw one of those wild pitches in the first inning, it almost hit him. He still didn't go anywhere. Two quick strikes from Brea. Chelsea's almost got more coaches than players. Takes it right down the middle for strike three. Second strikeout for Brea. I'm not sure why he brings a trip out to the mound. Victor Murillo, the center fielder, is the hitter. And they're changing pitches for some reason. They're making changes all over the place. So Christian Figueroa is the new pitcher. I'm not sure what brought this on. The right fielder Morin goes to center field. Brea goes to right field. I think Elijah Moore went to third base as Figueroa comes into pitch. Missing inside for a ball. We mentioned Victor Murillo, the center fielder. I'm not sure why the pitching change was made in the middle of with 2 outs in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Yeah, we got deuce as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in inning number 2. Down and in for a ball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So another 1-2-3 inning. 2 of them by Brea. 1 by Figueroa. Chelsea is down, and we'll start the second inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Rams. Leading at 5-0, and they got the 5 runs with 1 base hit. And again, the base hit was a pop-up behind the pitcher's mound. Third baseman, shortstop, second baseman, nobody touched it. They're all there calling for it. It just bounced between all 3 of them. And that's the only hit in the game so far. 5 walks and an error in the first inning. That is up to 5-0. Pascal, they scored 2 runs on wild pitches, 1 run on the error, a run on a passed ball. That infield single knocked in the other run. DeSea got the only RBI of the inning with his infield hit. Mark Walsh will lead off. He drew 1 of the 5 walks and scored 1 of the 5 runs. He stole second, went to third in a wild pitch, and scored on a wild pitch. Martinez will start his second inning of work. Usually if you say struck out 2 and only gave up an infield hit in the first inning, you'd say, well, we're in pretty good shape. But when you walk 5 and make an error, you put yourself in a big hole. High and tight for a ball. And that track is over at Manning Field. It's now lacrosse taking over. I believe that track was a practice. Hit in the air. Second baseman drifting back. Makes a one-handed catch. That track session over at Manning might have been St. Pius. That St. Pius School has their student body, I think, come over and they run the track, they run the hill over near the parking lot. They run all over Manning Field just about every day. That's a major league wild pitch to the backstop. Rocky Brea drew a walk, stole second, went to third in a wild pitch, scored on a wild pitch. Martinez takes a lot of time. Swing and a miss. He's got a good fastball. If he gets it over the plate, he could be tough to hit. Waves at that pitch. Waves at the pitch. They'll throw him out at first base. Two up, two down in the second. 3 strikeouts for Martinez. Christian Figueroa, who's now the pitcher. He walked, stole second, went to third, no out pitch, and scored on an error. In for a strike. That was way inside, right around the shoe tops. Went to the backstop. The 1-1 pitch up and coming. Way wide for a ball. High for a ball. Solid shot into left field for a base hit. Glasgow's got their second hit. Comes with 2 outs. Figueroa on for the second time. Calvin Reynolds drew a walk, stole second, went to third on an error, and he scored on the first hit for Glasgow, the infield pop-up that dropped in between everybody by DeShea. High and tight for a ball. Solid shot into left field for a base hit. Runner off and running. And scooting over to second on the throw. So after 2 quick outs, back-to-back hits. Inning is extending for Alfred Ventura. Called out on strikes in the first inning. In for a strike. 2 solid shots by Figueroa and Reynoso extends the second inning. High for a ball. Way wide for a ball. The Bird has now changed his pace of operations. He's now moving up towards third base. Missing inside for a ball. So it looked like he had settled down. He got the first 2 outs quickly. Gives up 2 base hits and now falls behind Ventura. And it's ball 4. So the bases are loaded for Jake Desmond. Jake reached base was kind of bizarre. He hit the ball to the mound with 2 outs in the first inning. With a runner at third, the pitcher turned like he was going to catch the runner trying to score from third base. All he had to do was lob the ball to first for the third out. Then he turned and quickly fired a rocket to first base. And he threw it wide in foul territory. Desmond reached, and a run scored. He extended the inning. And Teixeira got the infield hit to knock in another run to give him 5. Throw over, diving back was Figueroa. Way high for a ball. Desmond, one of the young players. They got 7 freshmen. Desmond's a sophomore. Pitches high for a ball. Very young classical team. In for a strike. This is Wild again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. So he gets 2 strikeouts the inning. Classical leave the bases loaded. He's got 2 strikeouts in each of the innings. What a difference an inning makes. Classical got 5 in the first. They load the bases but come up empty. We played 2, and it's still 5-0 Classical over Chelsea. 7, 8, and 9 for Chelsea. And they kind of changed their batting order. Kind of fouled me up. They switched hitters. Leo Perez is now hitting in the 7th spot. He was, first lineup they gave me, he was batting 8th. So this is Leo Perez, the right fielder. Swing and a miss. That's 3 strikeouts in a row by classical pitching. 1 by Brea, 2 by Figueroa, who came in with 2 outs in the inning. Swing and a miss. The jury, Jules, is the left fielder. Quickly 2 strikes. And quickly another strikeout. Darwin Martinez, the pitcher, will be the hitter. Five strikeouts for Classical, 4 in a row. 2 to end the second, 2 to start the third. Swing and a miss. They're getting their money's worth, but they're swinging right through it. Quickly 2 strikes. Hit foul back. Head over our head. And the count stays 0-2. Top of the order, Elijah Rivera, the catcher, on deck. Down and away for a ball. Didn't miss by much. Hit in the air. Second baseman going out, but Brea says, "Get out of my way. I'll take it." So it ends the streak of strikeouts. Chelsea is out in the third. Chelsea has had 3 up and 3 down in the first 3 innings against Brea and Figueroa. And we'll move into the bottom of the third. It'll be the top of the order. Excuse me, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 for Classical. Also got 5 in the first. They loaded the bases in the second. But Martinez got out of it with a strikeout. And that's where we are, 5-0 Classical as we start the bottom of the third. So unless lightning strikes yet, Classical's going to go to 4-3 on the season. And Chelsea will still be looking for their first win. Hunter DeSea, Yaniel Cabral, Almani Gerardo, the 3 scheduled hitters. And the bird's still making his rounds out behind it, adjacent to the third base coach's box. He's moved a long way coming from behind home plate. And it just mesmerizes you because I've never seen this ever, and I've been around a very long time. They did everything they could. The coaches, the players, even the baseballs being thrown behind home plate, wild pitches. And they just said, "You're not getting rid of me." Hunter to say I got the only base hit in the first inning. He popped one up behind the pitcher's mound. It dropped between the third baseman, shortstop, second baseman for a base hit in the infield, and it dropped, and that was the only RBI. The other run scored. 2 wild pitches, an error, and a pass ball. Got the other 4 in. So he's 1 for 1 with an RBI. In for a strike. Hit up the middle in the center field. To say it's 2 for 2. Glasgow, for the first time in the game, gets the leadoff hitter on. Neil Cabral drew a walk. Solid shot to left field. Foul ball. Got out in front just enough to pull it foul.
For that guy, I can't.
Runner takes off. Easily steals second base.
Five.
Swing and a miss. Long pause. That broke late. Inside for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Braden Curley on deck. He went in to play second base, taking Gerardo's place. And they throw it into center field, but he's not able to go to third this year because he was diving back to second base. He was way off the bag. They hustled over, tried to get behind and pick him off. And back to 2-2, the count on Cabral. Takes it right down the middle for strike 3. Four strikeouts. So we had 7 outs, 4 of them have been strikeouts. Punt down the first base line, foul. Actually, 5 strikeouts. So 5 of the 7 outs have been strikeouts. A fly to right and a pop to second of the other 2 outs. Braden Curley is one of the freshmen here for Glasgow. Again, a long pause by Martinez. Curley finally asks for time and gets it. Martin is very deliberate with people on base. They get the bunt down. They throw him out at first base. He'll get credit for a sacrifice. Nice play by the catcher, Rivera. So 2 away. And we got timeout. We get a visit to the mound. And we got a multi-visit to the mound. We got 2 coaches. Ventura, the left-handed catcher, did a nice job getting out, picking off that bunt, throwing Curley out at first base. So the wheel's turning. Chelsea talking defense, Classical talking offense. Mark Walsh will be the hitter. Walsh, another one of those freshmen playing a key spot, shortstop. And now the coaches, both of them will make their way back to the dugout. Solid shot to right field, over the right fielder's head. Hustling. Walsh is going to keep going and go to third. He's in with a triple. Big 2-out hit by the freshman Walsh. Teixeira scores easily from third. Roque Brea, who was the starting pitcher, then went to right field. He's walked and scored and struck out swinging. Wide for a ball. Hit in the air to center field. Off the glove of the center fielder for an error. He had it. He had it in his glove. He tried to make the one-handed catch. Brea hit it a long way. Center fielder had it. Dropped it. Pascal gets their second run. Christian Figueroa was perfect. He walked and scored and singled. Hit to short. They throw it away. They never had a play at first. They threw it. It was an infield hit. He was safe easily, but they threw it anyway. Figueroa gets another hit. So it looked like an easy inning. Classical gets 3 more after 2 out. Calvin Reynolds has walked, singled, and scored a run. And it goes to the backstop for a wild pitch. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that one. They throw it back. If the runner almost decided to come home, he wasn't prepared because he didn't know it was going to get away. So he hustles back to third. Swing and a miss. They finally waving the left fielder in. He was almost out on the warning track. Swing and a miss. So he's got 2 strikeouts in every inning. Glasgow gets a couple of, one big 2-out hit and then a big 2-out error. They put 2 more on the board. 3 more on the board. And they now lead it 8-0 over Chelsea going into the 4th. Top of the order for Chelsea as we start the 4th inning. Elijah Rivera, the catcher, led off the first inning, flied out to left field. Made a couple of nice plays behind the plate, one on a bunt, throwing the runner out at first. That's left, throws left. High for a ball. Figueroa starting his second inning, came in with 2 outs when they changed pitches in the second inning for whatever reason. Popped up. Second baseman Curley, the young freshman, steps about a foot or 2 out to the outfield and makes the play. Rudy Sanchez, the third baseman, struck out swinging his 1 trip. That was against Brea. He's facing Figueroa for the first time. That noise you hear, the few fans that are here cheering. The Glasgow fans. Down the way for a ball. They're making noise like there were 20,000 people here.
Sounds like European soccer.
High and tight. Ooh, he called it a strike. I better let the umpire make the call. I was about to say high and tight, and it's 1-2. Figueroa got a break on that pitch. Missing wide for a ball. That's about 4 people making all that noise.
There's also a couple people down there. I'm sure most of them are in gym class.
Hit foul at home plate. Hit foul again. Those fans are really getting into it every pitch. Down and away for a ball. Hit foul past third base. Again, the payoff pitch. And he draws a walk, and that's the first base runner for Chelsea. Pascal pitching had retired 10 in a row. Chelsea gets their first base runner with the walk. Jean Luis Soto, the shortstop, pops up to second base. He's one of only 3 players to put the ball in play. Two pop-ups to the second baseman and a fly ball to left field. The only balls put in play by Chelsea. Excuse me, they had 4. They bounce back to the pitcher. The runner takes off, swing and a miss. In with a stolen base. And he takes off. He's going to steal third base. He got a huge lead. Figueroa didn't even look at him. So a walk and 2 stolen bases. Chelsea has a runner at third with 1 out. Wide for a ball. And now we got a conversation out on the mound. Teixeira wanted to talk to his pitcher. Teixeira is another one of those young freshmen. We got 2 key spots. Shortstop, catcher. They're a freshman. Missing for a ball. Hit foul. That was up around his ears. He just punched it foul to the classical dugout. And we got another full count. Strike 3 called. He started to walk to first base. Now he knows it's strike 3. He went back up thinking it was strike 2, but it's strike 3. So 2 away. Xavier Santiago, one of the 4 people to put it in play. He bounced back to the pitcher, and that was against Brea. Swing and a miss. The runner looked like he wanted to steal home. He was halfway home. Hits it foul out of play, off to the left. Quickly 2 strikes. That pitch was way inside, over his head. He backed away and swung right through it. Figueroa got a lot of help on that pitch. So with the runner at third, he strikes out 2. Chelsea doesn't score. They leave the runner at third. We're halfway through the ball game. Glasgow leading it 8-0. They got their first base runner with the walk, but that pitch, almost like he was protecting himself, thinking the ball might hit him. Way up and in, back toward the Glasgow dugout and swung right through it. So they leave a runner at third. Glasgow will bat in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Martinez will start his fourth inning. Hector Baez is going to pinch hit for the DH Ventura, who was hitting for Morin. As Coach Leon Elwell in his first year at Classical going to his bench with this big 8-0 lead. In for a strike. Swing and a miss again. Backing away from both pitches. Way high, goes to the backstop. Brandon Owenesian is on deck to hit for Jake Desmond. Missing wide for a ball. Martinez wanted that one. He thought that was a strike. It certainly was close. Swing and a miss for strike three. Seven strikeouts for Martinez. Brandon Owenesian hitting for Desmond. Missing low for a ball. Way inside, goes to the backstop. Hits it foul into the Chelsea dugout, scattered the coaches. Hit in the air to center field. 2 up, 2 down. In the fourth, Gavin Collins will hit for DeSea. So 3 pinch hitters for Classical here in the fourth. Way inside for a ball. In for a strike. Popped up. It's going to make it up in the seats. Actually into the Classical dugout. Collins is another one of those freshmen. Swing and a miss. So Martinez is averaging 2 strikeouts an inning. What a difference an inning makes. A 1-2-3 inning. For Martinez and Chelsea, we played 4. Classical leading Chelsea 8-0. We'll start the 5th inning. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Jesse Castillo was called out on strikes. His 1 trip. Hit in the air. It's going to be in the gap. Chelsea's got their first hit, and they got the leadoff hitter on at second base. A double into the gap by Castillo. Only the second base runner. For Chelsea, the first was a walk. Now the double. And Victor Morello struck out swinging his 1 trip. In for a strike. At lacrosse at Manning, it's got to either be the Jets or St. Mary's. They threw it into center field. And that's going to allow the runner to go to third. So the error. And Chelsea has a runner at third with nobody out. Looking to get on the board. I'm not sure why you're bothering with runners on base leading 8-0. On the inside corner again, quickly 2 strikes. Pop, foul back, out of play. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Swing and a miss. He chased that way up and out. Six strikeouts for Figueroa. 8 total for Glasgow. Excuse me, 6 strikeouts for Figueroa. 8 total. Brea got 2. 2 quick strikes to Leo Perez, who struck out swinging. Up and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. Has Brendan Unisian, who came in to hit for the left fielder Desmond. And that's strike 3. So Figueroa went 2 1/3. Struck out 5, walked the batter, didn't give up a hit. Jules tries to bunt and misses it. He struck out swinging his 1 trip. The runner, I don't know what he was trying to come home or not, but he's going to get tagged out by Walsh, the shortstop. I don't know what he was doing. He was halfway home. So they get their first hit, a double. They have a runner at third with nobody out. And Onesian only faces 3 hitters in the inning. Nine strikeouts for classical pitching. Onesian the third. I've given up trying to figure out who bats where and who does what with free substitution, I guess. Onesian hit for Desmond. I don't know if Figueroa went back to third base and Desmond came out of the game. I don't know who went into left field. They're not giving us any changes. They could have sent Morin, I suppose, into left field. He was the right field to start with. Martinez will start his 5th inning of work. It'll be 9-1-2 for Classical. And I think we're going to have Colin Hart pinch hit for Cabral. He was in the on-deck circle when the third out was made in the 4th inning. And it will be Colin Hart, another freshman, hitting. And then we'll be back to the top of the order. Down the way for a ball. That one bounced way out in front of home plate. The 2-0 pitch will be up and coming. In for a strike. Quickly 2-2. Bounces down the way. We got a full count. Hit in the air. Martinez called for it. The catcher's going to try and get it. It bounces foul. Martinez made the first call. Rivera called him off, and then Rivera looked up and didn't come anywhere near it. It bounced right at his foot, right at his feet. So Hart gets a life. And that's ball 4. Seventh walk given up by Martinez to go along with 8 strikeouts. The only inning that Glasgow didn't get a hit or a walk was the 4th. A 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts. And now, again, conversation of the mound, and 2 coaches come out, not one. I've never seen this before either. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Glasgow got 5 in the first inning with 1 base hit. Runs scored on 2 wild pitches, an error, a pass ball, and that 1 infield hit that knocked in a run. They got 3 more in the 3rd. A triple by Walsh. A single by DeSea, who came around to score 1 of the runs.
So, quick question. What do you have on your schedule?
Long conversation out in the mound. Last time we had this long conversation out in the mound, one of the coaches got thrown out of the game. So runner at first with nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Braden Curley was up once and sacrificed. And the conversation is still going on out in the mound. And now the other coach is coming out. I'm not sure what this is all about. And what it is we have a new pitcher. Sanchez, the third baseman, is going to be the pitcher. And Martinez, the pitcher, will go to third base. So Martinez goes 4, walked 7, struck out 8, gave up 6 base hits, 8 runs. 6 of them earned. Two of the runs came home on errors. Actually, 3 of the runs came home on errors. So 5 of the runs were earned. And Martinez will go to third base, and his day on the mound is over. And Sanchez will face Brandon Curley. And we got buses all over the place. There's a game after this, so Chelsea's bus is down in the left field parking lot. The bus pulls in for the team for the next game. There's 2 buses over at Fraser Field for the lacrosse teams. So we're getting set to get back to baseball. Braden Curley will step in. That's the second time that in the 4th inning, Chelsea got a run at the third base with 1 out, couldn't score, 2 strikeouts. They got a double and an error. The runner at third with nobody out. Now, safe at first base. The error couldn't pick up the ball. Had it, bobbled it, picked it up, couldn't get it. Curley beats it, 2-1 for Mark Walsh. He's walked and scored, popped up, tripled in a run and scored. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. High for a ball. So both times Curley has bunted. The first time they threw him out. That time they bobbled the ball just enough for him to beat it. The runners take off. The pitch is high. They steal both bases. So second and third with nobody out. High for a ball. That's ball 4. That's the 9th walk. Michael Rathel is the hitter. Hit in the left center field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score, and that's going to do it, I think. That's the mercy rule. That's going to end the game. So Rathel pinch hits. Gets the base hit to knock in 2 runs. And Glasgow's going to win it 10-0 in a 5-run mercy rule game. Glasgow got 5 in the first inning with 1 hit. Desea got an infield hit, knocking in the run. 5 walks in the inning, 2 wild pitches, an error, pass ball, scored 4 of the runs, was 5-0. They got 3 runs in the third. Desea led with a base hit, stole second. Curley bunted him to third after an out. For the second out, Walsh tripled in a run and an outfield ball dropped, scored Walsh. And then Brea came around to score on infield hit thrown away at first base to make it 8-0. And now here in the fifth, a walk, an error, a double steal, another walk, and then a game-ending 2 RBI base hit by Michael Rathel makes it 10-0 in favor of Link Glasgow, who will now go over 500 at 4-3. For Glasgow, Curley reached on the air and scored a run. Mark Walsh walked twice, tripled, scored 2, knocked in a run. Roki Brea walked, reached on an error, scored 2. Rathel hitting for him, got the RBI, 2 RBI single to not close out the game with the winning 2, the hit with the 2 runs. Christian Figueroa had a walk, 2 singles, scored a run. Calvin Reynolds drew a walk, singled, scored a run. Jake DeSimone reached on an error, scored a run. Hunter DeSea had 2 singles, scored a run, knocked in a run. Cabral drew a walk. Colin Hart hitting for Cabral, drew a walk and scored a run. So a team effort. Leonel able to use a lot of players in this game, and they wind up winning it in a mercy rule 5-inning game, 10-0. Glasgow over Chelsea, who will have to look for the next game for their first win. So Glasgow goes to 4-3. They used a multitude of pitches. Onesian finished it off. Chelsea came close. They had a runner at third, a walk, 2 stolen bases with nobody out, with 1 out. 2 strikeouts got Glasgow out of the inning. A leadoff double, the only hit of the game by Castillo. He reached second on an error. 2 big strikeouts, and then the runner at third got picked off. So they had 2 runners at third, one with 1 out, one with nobody out, and they couldn't get the run home. And it cost them, as it's a mercy rule game, 10-0 Glasgow after 5 innings. And Glasgow goes to 4-3. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.